Hi my loves, how are you doing today? Welcome to day 26. Oh my gosh, countdown is on. So in today's live stream, it actually has come about from a question that was emailed into me from someone who wants to know why it's easier to manifest or to get behind certain things than it is others. So what I'll do is I will first get Facebook set up. I always forget to do this part. But that's okay. It's not the end of the blooming world. And while that's loading, I will read the question. So the question is, why is it easier to get behind certain things and not others? I struggle with feeling the feelings, but there is one specific thing that I want to manifest, and I can completely get into it. And that's a 30-day trip to Bali, where for 1 week I fly my best friend in an all expenses paid for. Oh my gosh, I've butchered this thing. I fly my best friend in all expenses paid for a week to be with me. I feel excited, I can't wait to tell her, and I can feel the high energy. Then I think about the money I want to make and the business I want to create, and I struggle with feeling the feelings. Okay. This is pretty normal. I look like an Eskimo, like it's really cold. It's not actually that cold. This feels like a weird distance. I'm gonna push you away a bit too close. Right, so this is kind of normal. And basically what it means, why you can get behind certain things and not others, is because you have less resistance to the other thing, like to one thing as you do to something else. So the trip to Bali, you have less resistance to, or no resistance to, whereas the money, you do. Like if we're looking at it as a big picture thing, that's what it is. It's you have less resistance when it comes to imagining this trip and more resistance when it comes to creating the business, right? So that's the big picture thing. Now we need to investigate on why it is easier, right? And that, we would start with asking questions. Okay, so why do you feel like it is so much easier to get behind the trip than the money, than the business? Is there something in your energy or in your belief system that thinks because you are gifting a trip, because you are giving it, it feels more like deserving because you're essentially giving it away as opposed to earning and making it for yourself? Is there something that's off or funky about the beliefs you have around there? Like, do you believe that giving money is better than receiving it? Do you feel like that there could be some kind of thing about you not deserving it, or you need to have some kind of more noble reason to make money or create the business? Like, what is going on there? And yeah, what I would do is I would absolutely investigate it, because there's resistance around there, and perhaps you haven't experienced it before, so there's a part of you that doesn't believe that it can happen, or because you haven't experienced it, you don't know what it feels like, and so trying to feel the feelings feels really hard because you don't know what it's gonna be like. Or you could have some beliefs tied up into that there's something negative about achieving this that you haven't fully uncovered yet. Like, explore it, like journal on why it feels like this is easy to manifest and this isn't, right? So if I can give an example from my own life on how, because I've manifested trips easy before I even had a business. Like I manifested a trip to Fiji for me and my ex, and it came out of nowhere. Like, we needed $2,000 to be able to pay for our flight and pay for our accommodation, right? And we didn't have it. Like, we were in jobs that did not pay much at all. We did not have the money. We did not have spare cash. We had nothing. But we wanted to go, and so we committed to going. And then I just put it out there. I was like, I'm going to manifest this money no matter how or what I do. And then I happened to go to the gym one day, which is like a very rare sight, just letting you know. And I became friends with this one girl who was in the class that we were doing. It was like it was like a strength training class, but like a let's kill ourselves today class. And I got talking to her, and at the time I was still trying to be an actor, and I told her that I did a little bit of acting, and she was like, oh, that's really cool. My husband is a producer for his production company. And I was like, oh, that's cool. Went away. And like I would see her every couple of days for our workout sessions. And then I got a text from her one day, and she was like, hey, this is a random question, but my husband needs couples, real life couples, to come and shoot this ad for one of the like national news programs that we had. And all you have to do is just stand in front of this house and say this line, and the payment is $2,000. Would you and your partner be interested in it? And I was like, yes we would. And so we went and did it, and it took like 15 minutes, maybe less than that, to do the whole thing, and we made $2,000 then and there. And usually with like a lot of acting work, you get paid like later on. You don't usually get paid straight away, and this was just leading right up to Christmas, so I knew that there was a possibility that, did I know, or was it that they said that we probably wouldn't be paid till after the Christmas holidays? And because it was a trip for New Year's, we were like, shit, we need the money now. And so I remember thinking, we are going to get this money before. We are going to get it before. And like, we got it paid out like in a week. And so we booked our trip and we went. And like, there was this whole other story with a hurricane like decimating our hotel, and we wound up getting accommodation. Like, there was no accommodation anywhere available, but we wound up getting a mega upgrade at the Hilton, just because we're awesome. I'm an awesome manifestor. But yeah, so that's what happened before I even started thinking about business. However, like, that was easy to manifest. Easy, because it was just, I just put the feeling out there, right? But I wasn't thinking about money or business or anything. But when it came to my business, when it came to starting, it was like, I didn't believe it. Like, I knew that I could do it. I knew I could do it, but I had to catch up with the belief, and I had to move through a lot of mindset crap in the process, right? So let's start from the day from when I quit my job to work on my business. That's when things got really real. It was easy to work on my business when I was still working in my job, because I had the backup of the income coming in every week. But when I quit my job, things got really real, and I really saw how my mindset was holding me back. I really saw that this was going to be a friggin' problem if I didn't change this right. But like I said yesterday, and a couple of times in this live stream event, is that I could not understand how you could make consistent money every day. I didn't know how people did it. I knew you had to build your traffic and stuff, but I was just like, how do they know that it's going to be consistent? Like, what? I just don't get it. I don't get how it can be like that. And so I couldn't get behind thinking that the money is coming in, because I couldn't fathom it, right? And so what instead I did was I went general. Now, and saying this, a lot of people will say, like, if you find it really hard to manifest the money or imagine the business, or like it just feels like it's getting a bit more frantic, or you feel numb, or it's just like neutral but it's more negative, get off the topic. And like, yeah, that works. But like I said the other day, I'm here for mastering money and mastering my finances. So I would go general, but I would still stay on the topic of money. And what I mean by that is, because I couldn't see how money could come in every day, because I couldn't imagine it, I couldn't fathom it, because I've never experienced it before. What I did is I went general, and I just consumed content on money mindset, on business, on wealth consciousness, on anything that would help me to like change my mindset about it, anything that would seep into my consciousness. And I like did this every day. Like I said, I would listen to audiobooks, I would listen to podcasts, I would listen to like webinars, but download them as audios. And I would go for walks every day, and I would like just shove my freaking headphones on, and I would listen, and I would let this content seep into my mind. And some things I would listen to over and over again. I would listen to the same audio recording over and over again, because it was, even though it wasn't like, how would I say, it wasn't focusing directly on the goal that I was trying to achieve, it was still saturating my subconscious mind and my conscious mind. And the more that I listened to it, the more that it kept going in, right? And so over time, the sales started to come in, the income started to come in more and more, more often and more often. And it wasn't rare anymore. It wasn't like sporadic. It was every freaking day, consistently coming in every day. And then obviously, as you can see that happening, you can start to get behind it more, because the evidence is showing up and you're starting to understand, oh, I see how the money is coming in. I see how this works. And you can get behind it that way. So you can use going general until you start to see evidence. And then as you see more and more evidence, believing it is so much easier, right? So that's what I essentially did. Now, if it comes to practical tools, other than actually drowning your mind, reading books, listening to audios, like whatever that works for you, I'm finding video is really good for me now, but I'll still listen to audios and still read books. Practical things that you can do to just help you keep your mind on money, right? On mastering money, on the business, but still staying general. You can do things like, what is it? EFT, emotional freedom technique. I used to do this. I don't like it so much now, but it does help people if you're into that. Track your income, so you can track it every day, and then be thankful for it. Like, give gratitude for the income that does come in every day. And like, it doesn't have to be income from your business. Like, if you're not producing income from your business, well, then obviously you can't track it. But from anything, if someone gives you money, if you are in a job and you get money every week, I mean, God, like, I was an employee for like 15 years. Not once did I ever give thanks for my paycheck. Not once. I was never grateful. I had such an entitled attitude about money, and I would be pissed if it was less than what I thought it was. Wow. That says a lot, right? So being thankful for the money that is coming into your life, and also anything else that comes into your life. Maybe someone buys you a coffee, or shouts you lunch, or a friend gives you a book to borrow, or something. Like, gratitude. Fuck, gratitude is an amazing multiplier. Amazing. Just the amount of conscious gratitude I have been training myself to live in every day is changing my life before my eyes. But not just money, it's changing my relationships, it's changing how I see things, like how I view situations and people from the past, like how I look at each day. It's a beautiful day. Like, I am very, very happy and thankful to be alive, to be here. And the amount of love that I give to other people now, because I'm in such a grateful state of mind and I'm training myself to stay there. Oh man, it is amazing. It's amazing. So yep, tracking your money, giving gratitude. Another thing is writing your goals down every day. So if your goal is to start the business, then write starting your business, or the practical steps that you need to do in your business, or a certain income goal. Write it down every single day. Like, put it in your mind every single day. I got that tip from Denise Duffield Thomas. She writes her goals down every day. And I found that really helpful, like as a practical tool in the beginning. Yeah, so I hope that answers your question, lovely lady. I won't say your name, but I hope that does answer your question and help you understand why it's easier to get behind some things than it is others. And that's normal. Like, I always say that it's been super easy for me to manifest jobs. I could, like, no matter what, I can always manifest a job. Doesn't really help now because I have no intention of getting a job at all. Manifesting cars, I can always, like, I've always been great at manifesting a car, like someone buying me a car or something. That's always been easy for me. And travel, manifesting travel, easy for me. Those are the things I have like very little resistance to, or none. But other things I have extreme resistance to, like if it comes to like I don't really want to talk about this because I don't want to have like add things to it, but with my body, I have always had resistance to manifesting the desired body or health that I want. So that's always been like tough for me. But I'm changing that even now as we speak. But right now I don't really care about it. Like, I love my body. I think it's great the way that it is. I would like some things to change, but I'm happy. Just like I'm happy with my business right now. I love and I'm so grateful for the income that's coming in now. And I do want some things to change. I do want some things to increase, but I'm very grateful for what I have now. Same with my body. And in time when I'm ready to really focus on it, I will. Yeah. So that it's just normal. We have these things that we can easily manifest and other things that we can, it takes a bit more effort. Yeah. But the most important thing, if I could give to you today, is don't stop doing the work to manifest what you want just because it's not showing up, just because it's hard to get behind. Just because it's hard to get behind doesn't mean you can't. It's not a sign saying, oh, like, you can't get behind this, so it's not going to happen for you. It just means you have to work a little bit more to get behind it. And it just takes trying different things until you can get behind it. That's essentially it. So yes, I hope this helped. I really hope this helped. And if you found it valuable, please share it with someone who you think might enjoy this episode. And if you have any comments or any questions, we only have a couple of days left. So if you want some questions answered on this live stream event, can't say my words, then email me or post it in the comments below. Post anything below. I love talking to you guys. You guys are awesome. And other than that, I will catch you tomorrow. Okay. Bye.